Hey yo, I'm Zelenskiy and I made a new update. Which update? Well, first of all, close the border! Alright, now all non-student males will join the battle royale. So everybody knows about Ukraine, like about country that has war with Russia, have or had money and military support from EU and US and other countries, and has some terrible situation because of Russia. Like, you know, war is war, but why the fuck they launched assault missiles to the hospitals, to the fucking power plants, and committing fucking genocides in Ukraine cities? But, oh well, that's the information that majority of people know, and I'm gonna spill some real tea, like a certified Ukrainian chat who lives here. So, did you know that here for the last 3 years exists one shit called TCK, which job is to catch, and I'm not even joking, that's the right word to describe it. So they catch Ukrainian males who are older than 25
detected.
And doesn't have any money to buy out apparently. This actually was applied to everyone over the age of 18 not a long time ago, but recently new law got dropped that is illegal to mobilize from 18 to 25 years old. Well, I need to say that in first month or so after war started, all of TCK or military registration buildings had huge queue of people who wanted to fight. But, you know, things has changed a little bit. So imagine this, you just found some shitty job in a random shitty factory, driving a shitty bus to there, and as soon as you arrive to the bus stop, there are some dudes in balaclavas and military form coming right into your bus, threatening you to sign some papers, and with your signature or without it, they taking you to minibus or van, and you're just waiting there, realizing that in a week or so you will be driven to shoot people without any skill, and in often cases without even a proper gear. People even gave a word for this thing. So in Ukraine it's called busificacja, and this shit is massive here. Check it in your free time, it's actually horrible and not Sigma at all. But you know the best defense is a good offense, so I'm actually collecting 40k for the bus, and here's the plan, we will catch TCK ourselves. I need to say that for now, if you check TikTok, you can see so many videos where people hating TCK, you know. Maybe the TCK situation will change in close future, but I don't know. Actually, TCK feels the same as a Combine in Half-Life 2. Like, you know, the people who joined the fucking Alliance army and now are fighting for the Combine, and I don't really want to exaggerate situations, so let the facts speak for me. First of all, there's shit ton of videos that capture how people from TCK are catching people in the streets, buses, malls, etc. In many cases, they're using verbal abuse, threatening people, and even beating and grabbing them. I mean, you could hear conversation everywhere when people tell stories about TCK doing some shit, and they telling how they avoid them. There's even a Telegram bot in groups, and Telegram is most used messenger here, so this bot tells where are these fuckers right now, so people just avoiding these places. There's not much video explaining and showing this shit, but huge respect to this guy who showed and explained stuff by risking his life.
Spare a minute to leave this like on this video.
Next thing that you need to understand about TCK that in 2023, 3 times more people enrolled in master program degree than in a previous year. So it's not because Ukraine education has become better, it's actually bad and corrupt as fuck. But if you're studying, law says that you can't mobilize to war.
Drop the drugs! It's okay, nigga! I got that
Студентський.
shit!
And in 2024, there were 101,000 people that enrolled in MP and 246,000 were registered. Okay, so how many people registered to the master program in 2021? 35,000! 45! Okay, I hope you see what I'm going here. And education is one of couple legal ways to ditch mobilization. And here's the problem. Even when I was discovering this data, there were comments from a random Ukrainian who wrote,
This is because there are about 100,000 evaders enrolled, second higher education, parallel studies in the first year of master's, a bachelor degree. There are already scientists who are studying for the third time in a graduate school, its vocational schools are used by master degree graduates. How do the children of veterans tolerate this neighborhood with evaders?
So this dude pointed out that people study only to avoid mobilization, calling them ухилянт and obviously hating them. And I think that perfectly shows the problem with population of Ukraine, and majority of people here are divided by two groups. So first group is actually much smaller. They kinda came up with word ухилянт, and right now this word has become like a huge meme in Ukraine. For people it's not cringe to call themselves ухилянт, but all the TV calls ухилянт like in a bad way. So anyway, about first group. So it's actually much smaller and thinks that Zelenskiy is base dude. Usually they hate any opposition and hate everyone who leaves the country, who speaks Russian and who is Russian. Majority of these people are 30+ and using Facebook as their main social network. Many of these people are not actual people but bots that support Ukraine narrative. Funny thing about these though, that many of them are not living in Ukraine and left within a year after war started. So they live in Poland or some and calling everyone who is not fighting ухилянты. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny thing.
Baba Bowie.
So second group, it's majority of people I think. I'm not sure, but I think it. So they think that Zelenskiy is retarded. Everything that the government is doing is terrible and violates United Nations laws. They don't give a fuck which language you speak and using TikTok as main social network. There are Russian bots that try to mimic them, sometimes successful, sometimes not, but yeah. Because people are in fact divided, that creates some huge troubles. But I will just say that when you see video of TCK doing their thing, there are comments of users who support them, saying like, fucking TCK, like how is this even legal and shit. I personally, I don't know what to think about Zelenskiy, but I'm closer to think that I him and the government. So two main reasons for me is like, first, these dudes could finish war in 2022 when the Russian and Ukrainian delegation came up with a decision to give back all Ukrainian territory that was captured after 24 February 2022, but for Ukraine it's forbidden to join NATO. But then freaking Boris Johnson came up saying that this is not the win and we can do better. So yeah, we did better, we fucking declined the offer and the situation got only worse. Fucking Boris Johnson's goose.
One evening when Zelenskiy was sitting in his office, Boris Johnson came in. He said only one sentence.
Don't accept any deals.
Zelenskiy nodded. He trusted him. But little did he know, it wasn't regular Boris Johnson. It was evil Boris.
And second thing, Zelenskiy isn't even a legitimate president. His presidency was supposed to end on May 20, 2024, but they decided not to hold elections because of the war.
No.
Like bro, come on, ask us the fucking Ukrainians do we want to vote or not. I can't find any reasons to hold the vote, because Ukrainian can easily vote from a DIA app. This app gives everyone valid documents in their phones. We have already voted through it for Eurovision participant choosing a fat female rapper, and there is no problem to do the same with president. Even though Zelenskiy is sometimes spitting straight facts at interview and meetings, and tells how government of supporting countries are straight up pussies, which is true by the way. But even so, right now, on the interview he's saying that he hates Russia and Russian because they didn't help him to defeat Putin. Just straight up skipping and ignoring all against stuff. I mean, sometimes you don't give a fuck about Zelenskiy, and sometimes this dude travels around the world to do interview for someone, telling absolute boomer stuff there and repeating himself for ages now. While fucking Ukrainians just need to wait patiently, I guess. What people who support the government do not understand is that average Chad who lives here must adapt to constant power outrages, curfews, the inability to travel, the need to level up your sneak, and the terrible situation on the job market. If you're looking for a job here, first of all you can forget about your Ukrainian diploma, because everybody knows that universities are corrupt and education here is sketchy. And secondly, let's say you register on WorkUA, it's an analog of Indeed, and see that more than half of the vacancies are scam offices. But hooray, you found the job that actually suits you. You call them and they be like, come to this location, and you are there with 6 more people, which are oddly young, Then some bitch with lips operation comes up and saying that she is business trainer for this company and the work is from 8 to 20 and all you need to do is to call Russian and say that there is a trouble with their Sberbank account. Bruh. In fact, the problem with these offices is huge in Ukraine. You can find many memes about it on TikTok, where the city of Dnipro appears as the capital of scam. Since it's obviously not an official job, you're treated like shit, forced to work until curfew, forbidden to use the phone and so on. I think if you just stop for a small talk with young people in Ukraine, in half of the cases they had experience in working in this. Of course you can always work at an official job, but you will earn an average up to $300 per month, like the same as the rent. So speaking of work, the fact is that before the wars, half of Ukrainians went to work in Poland and the other half went to Russia. Now only the female part of the population does it. If you are a man that want to go abroad, you have some options, fam. So first, you need to be disabled. Like, choice for real sigmas. Just cut off your leg or arm and you have options of 93 visa-free countries. Yeah, that's the OP strategy that developers can fix for the past 3 years.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Even if you're just chilling in the streets, then Tetsuka appears. You just straight up taking your chainsaw and demolish one of your leg. You can jump in one leg straight to Poland as well. Second option, be woman. It's kinda obvious, or you choose the right sex in the beginning, or you need to go to therapist hoping that transsexuality buff will happen. Then start taking hormones within 6 or 12 months, or even for the whole life. Then have a surgical operation. Well, this is actually optional. And then make papers. Now you look like a certified Polish fanboy and you can leave Ukraine. You can also pay some guy with a blue shirt on, you know, find your G-man. But the thing is that you can't find this guy, but this guy finds you.
Yeah, that's what I would have did.
So yeah, I mean about the dude that would make you fake or real documents that will help you to leave. Obviously no one of these dudes have ads on this service and nobody can say directly that they can Salamanca you. Okay, and fourth option, the real based one, is the cross the fucking mountains. This dude never experienced something as hard as average Ukrainian crossing the Romania border. Bro, actually transpassing this border is fucking insane. So imagine this, shit ton of Tetsuka that are creeping through the woods with ammunition and stuff, which are patrolling all the woods themselves, or with drones and dogs, after planting photo traps, motion detectors, alarms. Fuck, they even have the fucking helicopters and fucking boats on the rivers. And if you are detected with one of these, you better run straight to Romania, forgetting about bugs, hunger, dehydration, leg pain, and this fucking little branch that somehow found the way to be in your Skechers. Cause all of these Tetsuka got your signal and are driving to you with their ATV and buses. Actually, I've watched many videos about Ukrainians who is illegally transpassing borders. Often they're just telling their stories in voice messages on Telegram and showing photos that they took during this action. Sometimes it's risky easy cross, and sometimes you're going 70 kilometers in snowy mountain like this dude. It all depends, but there's what you need to do it. First you need to choose a path from following options. A. Through the mountain of Slovakia, Hungary or Romania. B. Across the river to Moldova. C. Through the forest and mountains to Poland. But that's not a good option because Polish police return capture Ukrainians. D. Through the whistle of bullets to Belarus or Russia. Let's say you said fuck it, I don't want to choose, I just want to harvest some fucking shrooms. And bro, you may not believe me, but best shrooms are at area around Carpathian Prince castles. Everybody knows this castle. So close to these castles there are so fucking good vibe mimosas with best swaggiest shrooms that they're bro. They taste like having a life with opportunity to go outside at night. They taste so good. So you need to buy a gear. You need to buy hiking sneakers, preferably with good insoles, because you need to travel a lot. You need to buy hiking, preferably waterproof pants. You need to buy thermal clothing. You need to buy poncho cloak. You need to be at good physics state. You need to buy power bank. Then you need to buy shit ton of water, like 3 liters, and some food. Isotonics and bars are must have, they're like medkits on this map. Then can of gas, you know, the gas, the gas burner, the portable tableware, and almost everything can be eaten from a simple aluminium mug. Boy, some actual healing. And don't forget about your towel, your dirty pig. And that's optional, but you can write letter to Carpathian Prince and keep it by yourself. Then you need to drive close to Romanian border and let the magic roads of Carpathian forest drive you right into beautiful moss of Carpathian Prince Castle Lakes. With that said, I still think that Ukraine before the war was really great. The problem with war though, even their corruptions reach south, a lot of aid is stolen and a lot of ammunition is bought by the soldiers themselves or by donuts.
We need 5 billion rockets.
I heard many stories, including from officers, who say that trucks with humanitarian aid are unloaded after border control, and then packed goods are later sold in stores. There are stories of people sending donations for vehicles for the Ukrainian army, and purchased vehicles are selling afterwards. Here's as one of the stories my friend told me that perfectly demonstrate what is happening here. My friend Sasha was waiting for his bus at the train station in Lviv, and he heard someone arguing with the cashier in English. He approached him and asked, "Can I help you?" It turned out that this was John, who had came up all the way from Texas, and guess why he came here? To fight corruption, bruh. He says that some of the humanitarian aid does not reach its destination. He went to Kiev and Lviv to see what was happening with the goods, saying that even half of the goods simply did not arrive. I hope now people understand more about the Ukrainians. This is a country that not only suffers from the action of the Russian authorities, but also from the action of its own authorities. And the best support you can give to Ukraine is to put the Nahuy TCK profile picture on your TikTok account. Less than 3.